Hindi namin in-expect na ganyan yung tubig na mataas. Kasi hangin lang. Tapos yung bagyong may kasama ng tsunami, saka mga ipo-ipo. Hawak-hawak ko na lang yung anak ko. Sabi ko na nga sa wala na tayo. Pag magiba tong bahay na isang kwarto, patay kami lahat dun eh.
17-year-old Lance Pino makes it out alive. He arrives in Manila from his broken city, Tacloban. But his mind is elsewhere. His wife and his 7-month-old son are still in Leyte. 3 days ago, Lance's father, Warren, took him and his 3 brothers to the airport to see if they could get on a C-130. Chances were slim. They were able to sneak in Friday night. Lance had no choice but to leave his wife and son, who were asleep at home.
Masakit nga po eh. Nung nakasakay na ako ng eroplano, parang ayokong sumakay, parang gusto ko silang kunin eh.
In Manila, Lance's mother, Kathy, welcomes her family. After 8 sleepless nights, she can finally hold them. Her husband, who kept his family alive during the past week, is dazed. He won't talk. Afraid of breaking down, Kathy won't face our camera. She tells Rappler it was 6 days of torture. It seemed her family would never get that ride to Manila. She despaired over the long lines and the chaos at the Tacloban airport. Here at Villamor Air Base, it's the complete opposite. Soldiers and volunteers are busy caring for survivors dumped by the military planes. It's very organized, very systematic. There's free food, water, clothes, shelter, medical help, and counseling. There's also free transportation to wherever they need to go. For those without family in Manila, the government houses them in evacuation centers. The planes come from Cebu, Ormoc, Guian, but mostly Tacloban.
We've organized exactly because the influx has increased. From the 2 C-130s or 3 that was transporting people back starting last week to more than 7 or 8 working every day.
Still, operations are not perfect. Imelda Kempis, who lost her home in the typhoon, traveled to Ormoc from Tacloban. There, her family meant to catch a flight to Cebu, where her sister lives. She ended up in Manila.
Pagka second night, doon na kami humiga sa airport sa Ormoc.
Okay. Tapos galing po kayo?
Tapos kaninang alas 3 ng umaga, dumating yung C-130. Kasi kami doon, papunta na kami doon sa loob, nakasakay kami. Yung sabi nila for Cebu, sumakay naman kami. Pag namin dito, nagtatagalog, Maynila naman to.
Without enough money for a return ticket, Imelda worries about how to get to Cebu. But she is happy to be with her family, and unlike in Tacloban, food here is plenty.
Init. Yung anak ko wala nang tubig. Sa airport mismo walang pagkain. Pumasok din ako sa grocery. Kumuha din ako ng mga pagkain, gatas.
Lance now plans to wait at the airbase for his wife and son. Kathy will be with him, awaiting the arrival of her grandchildren and her eldest child. For now, Kathy's youngest child, 12-year-old Carl, is content in his mother's care. Carl whispers he lost friends and saw corpses on the street. Relief. This is the common sentiment of evacuees who, after days of waiting, finally arrived in Manila. With no access to basic needs over a week since Typhoon Haiyan, survivors are at least grateful to have food, water, and shelter. Natasha Gutierrez, Rappler, Manila.